this one's gonna be action-packed. We've got a ton of work that's done, a slew of projects on the inside of the house, and Mother Nature gave me a little window to get some outside stuff done. The walkway that I'm standing on right now is all repurposed brick out of the original fireplace and chimney. And then the staircase down below me and another walkway is all lumber that was repurposed out of an old entranceway that was in the driveway and an old shed that was out back. Whew. Heck, the intro was exciting. All right, let's get into this week's episode. Good morning, it's Monday, the Monday before Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And yeah, because you'll see this well after Thanksgiving. Yeah, anyway, only had 3 days this week. I may work Friday, I haven't decided yet, but certainly not working Thursday. And so that I have to think about the week in a 3-day section, what I can accomplish. I did contact sheetrock to see if they wanted to start this week, and of course the answer was no. So we can just keep on pushing along. I do have to work for the boiler guy today before he gets here tomorrow, because he promised he would be here tomorrow. So I need to run a couple lines for him, and because it's in a section he just doesn't want to do, and I can tell he doesn't want to do it, and he's been dragging his feet on it, and he keeps coming up with different solutions for doing it. And so I just said, I'll do it. I'll just do it. So we'll do that today. And right now we're going to start off right where we left off last week, which is, cleaning up this space, because we accomplished that door. And I made a significant mess when doing so. But I didn't want to stay late because, Friday's family movie night. So we don't want to mess with that. And yeah, and then we'll just get right back into, prep for sheetrock. And, whatever the boiler guy needs. I need that boiler up and running. Yeah, with that all said, we'll start cleaning this. Yeah. What do you think of my warm room? Nice and organized and clean. I kept the sawhorses in here, just in case we have another little painting project, but my battery station all set up, my radio, charge my phone in a warm space. The cold, it just takes the battery life right out of it. Well, let's see how the channel's doing right now. 717. We're just clipping right along nowadays. Those shorts, man. People eat those things up. Do the long form viewers watch shorts? Do you guys? I know a couple of you do for sure. But, and if you do, is there a type of short you'd like to see? Some other channel you do or watch and you like what they do? Let me know. I am more than happy to oblige. Otherwise known as, I'm running out of ideas on what to make shorts on. Alright, well, clearly I'm tired. And I've got to unload the truck. Brr. That's what we got done today. Loaded up a bunch of stuff onto the truck, cleaned up, shoveled, and then ran those tubing. Alright, well, I'm going to make today short, and I will see you guys in the morning. Well, it is morning, and no boiler guy yet. It's still early for him, so I get it. I haven't given up yet. So we'll just jump right into cleaning the upstairs, I guess. Oh wait, no. I want to put those angle brackets on that tubing we put in yesterday. So hopefully I have enough to do that. If not, the boiler guy should have some. These are the little bracket things I was talking about for making a right angle turn with PEX. This way it puts all the stress of the turn on this bracket and doesn't put it up against the wood up in there. Because with expansion and contraction, slowly but surely that wood's going to work its way against the PEX and potentially break it or cut it. So you install these guys and it takes all the stress off of that. Only problem is getting up in there is going to be tight. But well worth it. Sure beats doing it after the fact. Once the you know, the line breaks, and this is all encased in foam and whatever. Come on. No. Come on, you. Get in there. Oh, there you go. Whew. I am going to mount the two Modine heaters and run the tubing to them. I'll let him do all the connections. I don't want any responsibility for any of that. I just want to do as much as I can so that when he gets back here, it's just bing, 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 bing. So, what I have to do is I have him plumb them all up. So this is how this guy mounts, right? So on bigger units, they'll have threaded holes in the top of the casing where you thread your rods into, and then you hang it just like that off of that. This one and the other one that we're putting in, it actually hangs from its plumbing, which I thought was kind of odd, but it says so right in the manual. So this is what Elton came up with to mount it. Should be fine. They're not terribly heavy. And yeah, so this is an air purge. So if you get any air in the system, it'll automatically purge out through this little cap here. And then, you know, a little drain back valve on the bottom here. So if we ever had the drain system, we totally could. Yeah, pretty simple really. So Elton likes to run his so that the hot water comes in through the bottom and goes out through the top. That way, if there is any air, it will go with the flow of water and then collect up here in this little device here. Which makes sense. I don't know any better, so sure, I have to rely on the professional, right? All right, let's mount this thing. Go find some screws. Thinking 2-inch screws would be just fine for that. And yeah, I'm gonna put it basically just like that. The boiler got a lot of work done, but still a no-go. Elton had to take off in the middle of the day to take care of someone who had lost their heat, and then skedaddled out early to do the same. The guy's in high demand, and he's in an industry that when someone who's living in a house loses their heat, you gotta kind of respond to that. Where this, well, no one's living here, and we're not under the wire quite yet. Right there, but anyway, I spent the rest of the day putting up Modines and running the distribution piping for that. So that's all set. So that's one less thing he doesn't have to do, which is great. And now I get to go home. Yes, I'm not gonna think about what to do tomorrow. We'll figure out tomorrow. So, good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and well, I've been working on helping the boiler guy out and doing all that stuff. There's a little bit more I could do with that, but I'm feeling the pressure of sheetrock right now, and I need to make sure I have all the loose ends finished. So I think that's what I need to prioritize for today. Again, I have no real commitment from either sheetrock or Elton, the boiler guy. So I really don't know what's going on. And I don't know how businesses operate this way. I mean, I understand that there's such a shortage of everyone in all of the trades that they can operate this way. It would drive me nuts. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the best that I can with the information that I have. All right, so we need to make a list, because today is one of those list type of days. All right, what do we need to do? Well, we need to stud that wall. Stud, wall. I don't know, maybe 2 studs, no big deal. But it's one of those little details, easy to forget. We need to finish the wire protector plates. They go on studs. Looks like it stops right there. Okay, stud plates, call that. Looks like we need to run some Cat 5. If we need more Cat 5, we should also pick up a 15 amp breaker for the, what's that called? Boiler. All right, so I think I'm gonna pause the video for now. I will walk through the house, make the full list, and I'll update you after I make the list. All right, here's our list. Finish the wire stapling. Mudroom light, I never put the box in, so we gotta put a box in on that. Foam all the gaps, around the wiring that we've changed or around studs that are embedded, things like that. So it means we gotta pick up some foam. Washing machine drain over there, we had that capped off. Remember when we had that huge leak? Jeepers. Laundry furring strips. So we had to pull all the furring strips off when we furred that wall out. To put the plumbing in, got to put those furring strips back in. And then plate those for the plumbing. The vent piping for all of the bathroom fans It'd be a lot easier to do it now than when sheetrock is in. So it's not starred, but it should be happening. Lighting, location, oh. So every location we put the recessed lighting in, the little boxes, you need to put a marking on the floor to put the exact location. So once sheetrock is up, they're not gonna pre-cut that for me. They're gonna just sheetrock over. So I need to be able, laser back up and figure out where those points are. I never wired the house for a doorbell. I don't know why I missed that. Maybe because I never use a doorbell. I always knock. I don't know why. Me, I guess. Clean out the house, and then the rest of the stuff you already know. All right, I think I'll just start with the starred items that absolutely have to happen and go from there. It is Monday, and we are back at it. Still, no solid schedule from sheetrock and the boiler guy. I feel like my hands are just tied in that scenario. I'm really getting close to exercising plan B. Anyway, for what we can do today, you pick up where we left off. So last Wednesday, the scrap metal guy showed up, and I started helping him, and he's a hoot, man. I really like that guy. He's funny. Helped him load up, and then it was time for me to skedaddle out of here and go and pick up a whole bunch of extra brick that, if you remember way back, brand new roof. And right about here is where the chimney used to be. And when we demoed that chimney, and it's back when I didn't film a whole lot, but I gave basically a truckload of brick to a friend of mine, and they built a walkway to a shed that I had built for them, and they had a bunch left over. So I went over and picked up all that, and because there might be a small break in the weather this week where we can do the alleyway and put that brick walkway in. Picking up where I left off was marking the floor locations where all the lights go, and we'll get that done, and then we'll roll probably into the finished plumbing. I don't know. I'll figure it out then. Let's get to work on lighting. Let's see how we're doing on the checklist, shall we? Stud wall, nice. Repurpose some old studs. Finish stud plates, we need to get some more. Clean out stud bays, no. Cat 5, no. Breaker, no. House clean, no. Doorbell. Lighting, location, marking on floor. That's done. Pretty board, vent piping, laundry, finish. Furring strips, that's done. Ooh, not done. Good morning. It's Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday. What day is it? Tuesday. It's definitely Tuesday. Man. Hey, anyway, right. So we ran through what we could yesterday and ended up doing ducting instead of plumbing. Wait, no, that's not true. We did plumbing too. I don't know. I'm so confused. There's just so many moving parts right now, including sheetrock. And man, had another meeting with those folks yesterday, and they're pushed out another 3 weeks. So I definitely moved on to Plan B, which is hire a different firm. And I called up a crew. The fella showed up this morning, went through the house, and is working up a quote for me. So hopefully, and he's got 3 or 4 jobs that are ending this coming week. So he potentially could jump on this thing next week. So wish me luck there. Anyway, boiler guy says he's going to be here tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah. But in light of, or in hope of the boiler guy coming in, I'm going to install a thermostat down here so that we can have one zone running. And that's the goal, really, for him tomorrow, is to get this zone running. Because you can't mud sheetrock without heat. And I can't run a diesel fire or a propane fire heater. It's got to be electric or radiant. So, what are we doing? So we're going to start there, and we're just going to run down the punch list. It's been a real struggle this morning to find materials that I need to finish all these random things. I've even asked my wife to go up to the big city and pick up some stuff there. Hopefully she has better luck than me here. But anyway, let's get this thermostat going in and then jump on that punch list and see what else we can punch out. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the lighting isn't great. I want to make another short. Shorts are really helping the channel grow. So I'll put you there. And I can turn this on. That'll help a little bit. And yeah, let's do that. Okay. Quick thermostat install. When you're doing a new build or renovation, ask your builder. No. When doing a new build or renovation, it's a great idea to put a full solid block between your studs where your thermostat is going to lay. We're going to install a thermostat in this location. Plastic wall anchors and screws. If you can help it and put the blocking in first, this is much better. The new thermostat, and there you go. She's all installed. So I want to start with the simplest thing, which is going to be running some Cat 5. Let me walk you through my thought process here. So there's a dining room table here and chairs. This walkway is going to become narrow. So if you're walking through here, you don't want a shelf protruding right here and having a bunch of stuff on it. So I didn't like that idea. Well, I could just put it over here, then you have a cord dangling down. And nobody likes the look of cords. But over here, I was gonna do a freestanding little table, like a kitchen work area. We have power here, plenty of lighting. So if I were to do something right here, it'd be really simple. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to fish the Cat 5 down there. Actually, I'll probably fish it up from down there. That makes more sense, right? Yeah, that totally makes more sense. I'm gonna go do that, and it'll take a second. Well, there you have it. 1 second later, the wire's here. No. All right. So we'll put the box right here just because it's simple. But we want it to look uniform all the way across. Oops. There. All right, I need to go check and see if we have enough wire. I'm thinking I want to route this wire in the actual wall cavity, just in case anyone comes in here behind me and does build out some sort of little mini pantry in here. All right, I'm gonna see what I can do. What I want to talk about is that when you're running your shielded cabling, so Cat 5 is shielded, and it's shielded from induction of voltage and frequency that's coming off of any other wire near it. What you should do is always run your Cat 5 in a separate chase than other wires. Now, I know on big industrial sites and commercial sites, you're gonna see a bundle of Cat 5s ran together. And I'm not disputing the fact that that could be just fine. I just know that if voltage does get induced into this, it's gonna wreak havoc on your internet. And well, if I know something like that, why not take precautions against it? It didn't cost me anything. Maybe a little bit of time, drilling some, small holes, but 5 minutes, whoop-de-doo. So that little project's done. So now I think we can get back on to putting more nail plates up, because now we have to run some more nail plates right here. And yeah, let's just start there. As you saw, I've been working on the gas insert venting, and what I'm trying to do is this frame up here that I made out of wood, however many weeks ago, I didn't like the fact that this pipe, which is the exhaust side of the fireplace, well, let me show you. I'll get you in here. So I went ahead and lined the inside of this with hardy backer, and then taped all of the joints with the foil face taping, and that will protect this thing without any trouble at all. And the bottom side of this whole thing is metal, which you can see there. So that's all set. Now we can get back to our list. 4 o'clock and it's already getting dark. All right, finished stud plates, finished. Stud bays, Cat 5. Clean out house, doorbell, hang pretty board, dry outlet, foam gaps, mudroom, mudroom light, that's done. Nope, nope, nope. Blind fireplace, yep. Kitchen pendant, yep. Oh man, we're getting close here. I think I will bid you adieu for tonight. As it gets darker, it's harder to film. I'm just gonna be running around. And you've seen me do that enough, right? All right, I'll see you in the morning. Well, it is Wednesday evening, and I did a terrible job filming today. And by terrible job, I mean I didn't film anything. I made it a little short, and then I just got right into work, and one thing happened after another. Then I decided to do a project that I really kind of gave up on for the season. It was roughly 40 degrees today, and I said, well, that's warm enough to do what I need to do. It's not ideal, but it is warm enough. Hey, 5 o'clock alarm. So, I'm not entirely pleased with it, but I want to see it in the daylight. So I've been working in the dark for about an hour now. So, there's that. And my everything is soaked. It has been raining and the wind's been blowing. Another reason why I didn't film. I didn't want to risk, damaging you. Alright, well, it's a little bit early for me to go home, but yeah, I think I will. So, good night, and I'll show you what we did today, tomorrow. Good morning. Here's the alleyway and the brick walkway we put in. As you can see, the rain turned to snow, and we need to get some sand in between all these bricks right now. Alright, so I'm gonna try to sweep up as much of the snow as I can, get it out of my way, and then I'll start laying in the sand. Well, I'm gonna cuddle this little heater here for a moment. Oh. Really grateful to get a little project like that on the outside done with this kind of weather. That's awesome. But the problem is it's not done extremely well. The sand starts sticking to the brick quite a bit. The sand has some moisture in it. So I'm working up the horses, or stringers, and I have an issue. You can see all the wood grain running this direction. All right, no big deal. But what I didn't look at is the location of the heart. See where you see the circles come together? What's happened is that she cracked right along the heart center. There it is there, and there it is there, and she's cracked. Now, this bottom piece is not critical, and you'll see why probably tomorrow. So, let's throw a screw in there, and that stiffens it right up. I mean, it's fine. And after I get this little notch cut out, I'll go ahead and throw another screw in this side, and that'll lock that thing right up. So I'm not concerned at all. It's just something to show you, to look out for. I should have caught it when I picked the board up at the lumber yard. That's the time to check. And I didn't. I looked for straight, I looked for cracks, I looked to see if it was cupped, and it didn't have any of those things, but did have the heart center. Bah! No big deal. We can work around it. All right, oh yeah, I need to cut these out. You may be thinking, Sean, what on earth are you creating? And where this is quite outside of my norm, I'm adapting to a situation. Let's put it that way. Tomorrow, everything will make sense. Or for you, momentarily, it will make sense. Well, good night. I'll see you in the morning. Morning. It's Friday. And, well, honestly, I haven't wrapped my head around what I'm doing. That wood stove this morning was just too inviting. I just wanted to sit there and enjoy my coffee. Yep, that's what I did. Well, what are we going to do today? We're going to get this thing out there and have a look at it. See how it's turning out. The ground is, it's frosty for sure. I don't know if it's fully frozen yet, but it might be a bit challenging to move some dirt around. I know we're going to have to do that. Well, oh my goodness. Oh, I still need to put those uprights in. Yeah, let's do that first. And that'll really lock this whole thing up. Oh my God. Stop yawning. Wait, no. We don't want to do that in case for some reason I measured something wrong and it doesn't fit. Yeah. That makes more sense. All right, let's get this thing out there, have a look at it. So I'm feeling pretty fortunate about that whole walkway and staircase build. It pains me to have done it the way that I did, but I feel that I did it in a manner that will, although I'm calling it a temporary solution, because it's not actually fixed to anything. It's fully floating. Now, it's not going to go anywhere at all. It's nice and level. It's built in a manner that it's going to last a good long time. Although, with that said, I still consider it to be temporary. So that's why I went ahead and did all the extras that I would normally do for a deck build. All the horizontal surfaces, the joists, everything got covered with that flashing tape. That's not a cheap thing to do, but if you've ever had to repair a deck, where is it always rotting? On top of the joists, right where the two deck boards come together, in that little gap, it always rots right there. So, I've been flashing my decks for years now, and I'm starting to see other guys doing it, which is really cool. I'm not saying I'm the first one to ever do it. I just say that I haven't seen any decks up here done that way. And, the first deck I pulled apart and saw that was happening, and then had to tell the customer, all right, well, we have to replace all your joists. They're completely rotted on top. And to see the impact of that to the customer, it's, I don't know. It's such a simple thing to do. And yeah, the tape is like $30 a roll now. But for $30 a roll versus reframing an entire deck, you probably spend, on a good sized deck, 3 to 4 rolls. What's that compared to all that pressure treated? Well, anyway, if you're building a deck, I highly recommend putting that flashing tape on there. It will save you a ton of money the next time you go to work on that deck. Or the next person. There's nothing wrong with looking out for the next person. That's the way I did it. The lower landing is all 2x6 on top instead of the typical deck board, the 5/4 by 6. Only because that's the material I had. I had a pile of pressure treated lumber that I've just been saving for basically that project. Although I was hoping to actually pour footings and attach it and do it completely 100%. But now with the ground frozen, I mean, you saw me, I was chipping at it with a hammer and chisel. Oh. And the upper section there, I had put all that dirt there just, you know, a day or two before when I had re-leveled the walkway where I put all that brick. And the brick is another job that it's unfortunate it's this time of year and I wasn't able to do it right to the, the highest level of quality that I could. But you can't. This time of year, you just can't do it. But it'll be fine. The customer is just going to have to resand it in the spring and it'll be fine. Well, thank you for stopping by High Peaks Home.